All right. So have you yourself, because you are a DJI FPV pilot, have you jumped on to our new friends, the DJI O4 yet?
I have not because I cannot. I have V2 glasses and I
Your
cannot
goggles
V2
would be
goggles.
compatible.
And so, yeah, I could probably afford an O4 air unit, but I can't afford the $800 goggles that I need to. So, yeah, I still love my V2s. So I'm going to stick with my O3s and Vistas for now. And
Hmm.
when my goggles die, then it'll probably be time for the O5 anyways. So
Right, right, right.
I'm not in too much of a hurry. I'm interested mostly in like the tiny whoop ones. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy with the O3. Like I don't need, you know, I guess the range increased, and it's always nice to have the hottest, newest thing. But
Hmm.
it
What do you have the
seems
goggles,
seems kind
V2 or the 2?
V2
Oh, the V2.
V2 uh,
Yeah.
the big ones. So yeah, I love them. They work with the analog, I guess, you know, because I'm trying to get some more tiny whoops going.
Nice.
But yeah, if I could
That's
afford the
better.
goggles, I totally would jump on that. Maybe in a few months, work will get better, and I won't be able to control myself, and I'll buy some new goggles.
Fuck yeah, no doubt, eh? Crazy. You guys
That's
know
usually what it
goggles.
comes to. I'm usually good. I save my money. I try to save and save and save, and then I get enough in there, and I'm like, I could afford new goggles. Nope, be good. And then next week,
I've
be like,
only
yeah, I can
went
afford new
through
goggles.
in this entire 8 years of flying. I've only had two sets of goggles. I've only
There you
had my
go.
box goggles that I started with. They had one
Yeah.
antenna, and then I went
Yeah.
straight to Fat Sharks, the V6s, and
Mm-hmm.
then it was just
Yeah.
from there on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used those box goggles forever though. I
Yeah.
used them until they just would not be even reliable.
Mm-hmm.
You had to scan to get your channels. You never knew what channels were and stuff. You just had to like look for it by
Mm-hmm.
scanning or pressing the up and down
Yeah.
arrow. You couldn't
Yeah,
change
for sure.
bands.
Like Beans points out, the dynamic range is much nicer. Yeah, for sure. It'd be nice to have. But yeah, I'm definitely a gear guy. I'm jealous. I'd buy them in an instant if I had the cash. I just haven't been able to yet. I've just been watching everybody else review it for me, I guess. It's good to hear
Hmm.
about all the O4 Lite stuff and everything. People saying they're fragile or whatever. I
Yeah,
like to see
and
people. I
that's
like
kind
I
of
like
the
to jump on
reason.
new things bandwagon, but it's so
Yeah,
much smarter to let everybody else sort out the problems first.
yeah, and that's right there. Dave S mentions exactly why I wanted to bring this up. He says
Mm-hmm.
I want two more of the O4 air for his whoops, the 2S
Yeah,
range.
exactly.
So
I think that's the
there's been
coolest
a
thing about it.
lot of drama and talk about these stupid O4 lights and whatever they want to be called this week.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had a bunch of discussions on different channels. People say it's 1S, some people it's 2S. I keep telling everybody it's a 2S board because in all reality, it is a 2S. But there
I
are
think if
people
it's two
that
S,
go
if not
down
for
to the
the
specifications and they will read
uh,
what it says for the specifications of the power for
uh,
this, and they see that it says that the actual power for the unit is, let me go down to it, is powering the O4 unit. So it says here, right from this man, it says, while the O4 Lite technically claims to support 1S, issues arise. The video feed becomes unstable when the voltage drops below 3.5 or even 3.7 volts.
yeah, you'll
We're
get
flying a
brownouts.
1S whoop. I'm always under 3.7 volts, usually when I'm just flying for about a minute. So at higher
Yeah.
power levels, even higher power levels. So you're talking about putting a DJI system on a 1S and hoping you're going to get a good flight time out of it. You are heavily mistaken.
So I think
Since
too that
one,
the extra weight, right? The
yeah,
extra weight
let me just finish
requires
this
two
real
S
quick.
too. Yeah, sorry.
Since most 1S drones land at voltages as low as 3.3 or lower on a 1S build, the O4 Lite isn't ideal for a direct power from a 1S battery. To mitigate this issue, a step-up 5-volt or a 9-volt deck is recommended. While this solution works, it adds weight. It adds weight to a 1S build. Nobody wants to put more weight on a 1S build. Okay.
Yeah. You already are with the
solution
unit
works,
itself.
but it doesn't work. Every gram matters when you're talking about a 1S whoop. Okay, we're talking 1S. Like, it's just no point.
Yeah.
Even putting an
just
extra VTX on it isn't going to be worth it.
Yeah. I think just to carry the extra weight of the extra VTX and have more than just an AIO, you got to go up to 2S. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I'm not technical Mr. Electricity. I don't know the stats and everything, but it just seems, yes, it can technically run on 1S, but 2S is the minimum. You know what I mean?
100%.
You want to be able to carry it. You want to have the voltage so you don't get the brownouts. You want to be able to carry it. You want to have some flight time. It's too much for 1S right now. It's still too heavy.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't even showing the screen of that Lite because my screen didn't share. But yeah. Anyway, so I was reading it off anyway from here. Also, they were saying that manufacturers like Beta FPV are addressing this with dedicated 1S AOI flight controllers, while our powering onboard 5-volt BEX design for it. That hasn't really come out much yet, and like you're still reducing a lot of power consumption out of a 1S build. It just doesn't make sense. But 2S and 3 setups are the sweet spots for this air unit until they decide to actually put this O4 unit into an AOI board, just like they did with HD0 and the other competitors. They're doing the same
built in
and HD0, right? But that means that they're going to actually have to take their video transmitter and put it together with an AOI board with everything, right? So like in DJI's world, you've got like GPS, you got all this crazy stuff that they put into their units, right? It's not just a
Does the O4 Lite have all that?
What?
Does the O4 Lite have GPS built in and everything?
No, but that's not a flight controller or board, right? Yeah. It's just a VTX.
Oh yeah. Bean says, a lot of new AIOs that are coming out will be able to power the O4. That's cool.
Yep.
And Dave S is built an O4 1S.
But I still
what's your flight time?
Want to put an extra 10 grams on a 1S build. It still doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Like a
no
6,
like a
Model 6.
You're going to fly for 1 minute or 2 minutes.